What's the impact of this impeachment on our political climate? Now, to discuss this, we have Attorney Michael Yusinko, Senior Research Fellow at the Ateneo Policy Center, joining us via Zoom. Good morning,
Good morning, Attorney.
and thanks for joining us again.
Good morning, Angelo and Angela. At good morning sa lahat ng nanonood.
Thank you for joining us again. It's interesting. Ay, nandun pa rin yung mask mo sa Star Wars.
Yes.
Pero Attorney, let's get right to it. I mean, we were talking with Angela a while ago, 215 votes sa House to impeach. Now, was this something we expected given yung proclamation ng mga congressmen na hindi nila pinag-uusapan? Pero alam natin, Attorney, if you have 215 votes, that means matagal na kayo nag-uusap.
Oo kasi to add to that, Attorney, from mahihirapan na makakuha ng signature
To 215.
215.
So ano po take mo, Attorney?
Thoughts on that?
So let me begin with this very clear statement that we can never ever trust dynastic politicians on their word, no? So yung mga sinasabi nila lagi, we should take with a bag of salt, not just a grain of salt.
Bag of salt.
So yung mga sinasabi nila na hindi nila pinag-uusapan, well, wala na yun, because now we know na obviously pinag-uusapan nila because they moved so fast, no?
Yes.
Even disregarding their own rules just to be able to act swiftly, quote unquote. So, yun na muna. That's my thought on this. We, the people, can never ever trust dynastic politicians on their word. They will always lie if it will serve their self-interest.
Right. But what do you think of this, Attorney? Kasi last year, we've seen yung mga leaked messages saying na the President himself saying na impeaching Sara Duterte is not our priority, it's not important, etc. And then right now, seeing the whole scenario about the impeachment complaint from the House of Representatives, we've seen yung unang-unang nag-endorse dun sa listahan is the son of our president, which is Congressman Sandro Marcos. So, paano ba namin to dapat tanggapin? Ano ba yung dapat natin intindihin dito sa nangyayari na ito?
So, Angela, obviously there was an attempt to paint a picture na they were respecting the separation of powers, no, between the executive and the legislative branch, particularly with this issue on the impeachment, no? Kaya they made it appear na yung presidente is against it while yung legislative, particularly yung House, were pushing for it, di ba? So, yan yung clearly they were trying to portray that kind of perception or try to elicit that perception sa atin sa publiko. But that has unraveled kasi nga sabi mo nga, as it turns out, yung anak pala ng Pangulo tsaka yung pinsan niya were already working towards filing that complaint, that impeachment complaint, no? Even na while yung presidente sinasabi niya na huwag niyo na ituloy yan, sayang lang oras, walang magbe-benefit na Pilipino dyan. So again, I go back to my point na we can really never trust dynastic politicians because it's so easy for them to lie for their own self-interest.
Pero dito, Attorney, I'd like to get your opinion on this. No? Kasi there are two schools of thought here, two theories as to why the lower house waited for the last minute despite having all the complaints ready sa poder nila before they chose to transmit it to the Senate. Na ang unang sinasabi nila, it could be that they were working in unison with the Senate na i-delay because alam nila walang numero sa Senado and therefore pag tinanggap ng Senate, they will defer it to June with the next batch of senators that wala nang facing election, baka maging friendlier ang votes to impeach. Or yung pangalawa, they were Congress wanted to absolve themselves of any backlash, if any, at ilalagay nila sa mga senador at parang bahala kayo dyan. So which do you think was a more plausible scenario?
Alam mo, hirap nung tanong mo, Angelo, no? Kasi it actually, considering the facts, no, parang it doesn't make sense kasi na they will disregard their own rules, no, for all of those conditions that you said, no, kasi holding on to the impeachment complaints for that period of time is against their rules. Eh.
Yeah.
So, kumbaga, if they really wanted to, kumbaga, make things harder for the Senate, para sila na bahala, di ba? Senado na yung
Yeah.
talagang humarap sa publiko. Then, the more logical thing is to have acted on it quickly, di ba?
Yeah.
Para diretso na kagad sa Senado, and the Senate would have been burdened by the decision kung tutuloy ba nila o hindi, despite yung calendar nila.
Yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't fit kung ano talaga yung gusto nung mga members of the House, particularly yung leadership of the House. So
Yes.
parang ang matingkad lang sa akin sa pananaw ko, Angelo and Angela, is that it seems that they were willing to disregard even their own rules to play
Interesting, yeah.
around with political considerations.
Just in relation to that, attorney, if you saw the articles of impeachment, parang may dalawa akong nakitang, criminal in nature in terms of assassination attempt, tapos destabilization. No? I'd like to ask you about that because meron din naman sa DOJ nito na pinag-uusapan na all of a sudden na-defer, na tagalan. So ang question is, do you think dinifer nila ito to give way from the start? Alam nilang may impeachment. And what happens if she is convicted of part of it, which is assassination, destabilization, convicted in this impeachment court? Will it then automatically baka maging criminal case din ito?
I don't know if it's going to be automatic, no? Certainly may discretion pa rin yung DOJ to pursue or not, whatever happens to the impeachment. Of course, preferably they should pursue it kasi this is a criminal act, no? We're talking about a crime here. So,
Yes.
regardless of what happens in the impeachment, the DOJ should be pursuing it. So,
Right.
I think they defer. I don't recall it being deferred. I think ang nangyayari is kulang sila ng ebidensya pa, no? Nangangalap pa sila ng ebidensya to prove their case, no? To prove na meron talagang beyond reasonable doubt na ebidensya sila mga kalap. So that's also part of the complaint itself. Actually, raises some doubts regarding yung mga motivations, no, behind the complaint. And also the fact na I have serious concerns about it being verified, no?
Yes.
Kasi according to the House rules, each of the 215 members should have faced the SecGen and swore by
Yes.
the veracity of the complaint, no? Kanina pinapakita niyo sa news gaano kakapal yung complaint. And so did those 215 members of the House did they face the SecGen harap-harapan,
Read all the
and
pages.
swore by that thick of a complaint,
All in one day,
and say,
attorney.
all in one
One
day,
day.
and say na nabasa namin to, nakita namin yung mga dokumento at lahat ito ay totoo and we stand by it. Kasi parang lumalabas, parang yung signature page lang yung umabot sa kanila eh.
Right.
And they just signed eh. That is not the verification process. That is prescribed
Yeah.
in their very own rules.
Right. But attorney, what do you think is the Senate doing here right now? Kasi yesterday, they were able to receive the articles of impeachment from the House of Representatives, pero walang mention eh, 'di ba? When
Yeah.
when they adjourned rather yesterday, wala kahit man lang nagsabi na nag-release ng statement or nagtackle na okay, meron na kaming na-receive na namin itong impeachment complaint na to mula sa House of Representatives. Ano ba sa tingin mo yung ginagawa nila dito, lalo na meron ba tong kinalaman sa upcoming midterm elections, kaya medyo parang very careful sila at calculated yung kanilang mga ginagawa ngayon?
Oh, very much so, Angela. No? Ang minds kasi ng mga senators natin, especially those who are running for election again, is manalo na. No? Ang focus nila is to win the elections. No? So wala na sila dun sa mode na magtatrabaho pa sila sa halls of the Senate. Gaya nga sabi nga ni Senator Bato, di ba? parang kating-kating na sila lumabas sa kampanya. They're gearing up for the campaign, right? So, I think, sa kanila, their priority now, at least majority of them, their priority now is to win in May. And then, syempre, winning in May will also be affected by the impeachment complaint before them, no? Or how they treat the impeachment complaint, no? Kasi they're trying to win votes, no? So they're trying to win votes from the admin side and also from the Duterte side. So these are, I think, from the perspective of senators, they are making political calculations that will make them win in May.
Oo. Pero in your perspective, ano mas magandang gawin ng mga senador
Yeah,
dito,
oo.
'di ba? Itakal tong impeachment na to, total meron naman daw silang pwedeng i-waive dun sa rules nila, etc. Itakal tong impeachment na to after election o wag mo muna natin tapusin yung election, itakal na natin to. Ano mas magandang move dun for them?
I don't think they have a choice kasi sabi nga ni Senator Pimentel from your news clip, for them to waive the rules or for them to waive the calendar na it has to be 100% consent.
Yeah.
So kailangan silang lahat mag-agree na sige, tabi na natin yung calendar natin, tabi natin yung rules natin. Mag-convene na tayo as an impeachment complaint during the campaign period. That has to be decided by the body unanimously, apparently, no? So parang imposible na mangyayari yon. So talagang no choice na sila but to handle or take cognizance of the impeachment when they return on
Right.
June 2. So ang question na ngayon is, kaya ba nila within June 2 to June 30 to hold an impeachment trial? So yun yung question
Kakayanin
pa
ba
rin.
ng ganong kabilis? Pero very quick lang, attorney, sa side naman ni VP Sara Duterte, siya yung na-impeach. Diba? Ano ba yung magandang gawin niya? Follow through course, wala naman siya magagawa dun sa impeachment. Pero may ibang mga legal experts are saying na pwede niyang gawin, meron siyang option to step down to avoid conviction and baka po pwede pa siyang makatakbo sa susunod na election.
That's certainly an option, parang to preempt the impeachment, di ba? Parang ginawa ni Richard Nixon, if I'm correct.
Yes, that's right.
Na you just resign, so hindi ka masasubject to the impeachment
Sa
trial.
Watergate issue ata yan, yeah.
So that's an option available to her. Of course, going up to the Supreme Court is also an option for her kasi nga, I think many lawyers or legal scholars are also seeing some constitutional issues involved here. So,
Yeah.
kumbaga parang meron siyang cause of action na dalhin din ito sa Korte Suprema. So, yes, pwede siyang mag-resign na lang and preempt everything, but she can also fight it out in the Supreme Court before it goes to the Senate as an impeachment court.
Fight it out and trust na may boboto sa kanyang 8 senador to acquit her. Parang gano'n, di ba? Alright, sige. Go ahead, Diego.
No.
Thank you so much, Attorney Michael Yusinko, Senior Research Fellow at the Ateneo Policy Center. Thank you so much.
Maraming salamat din.